What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so before I get into this video, shout out to Dreamers Pro. Just saw his video talking about this situation, and that is this sister right here. I believe her name is Amina Smith, and she is a relatively new personality on ESPN who had a spectacular debut as a temporary replacement for Molly Qerim. I've looked at all of I looked at, not all of it, but I looked at a lot of the feedback from her debut, which was Monday, and it was all good. She hit a home run, and I'm pretty sure it doesn't also hurt that she is a very attractive personality, attractive person. Of course, it was last Monday, Molly Qerim made what would ultimately be her last appearance as host of ESPN First Take. And later on that evening came the reports that she would be leaving at the end of the year, leaving ESPN and ESPN First Take, only for her to come out the next day and say that information had been leaked. And then she went on her Instagram and said, "No, I'm out of here now." She resigned abruptly and immediately. So Monday wound up being her last show. The last couple of shows, Stephen Smith, I think, has been hosting by himself pretty much. When I say by himself, I mean without a moderator. But Monday was the first of what has been promised to be a 30 to 45 day window where we're going to see a rotating number of people trying out to replace Molly. But if the fans had anything to say about it, they've already picked their person. And it's this one right here. I think her name is Amina Smith. She is, I think, 32 years old. All right, I think she's 32 years old. She's a University of Miami grad. She's been with ESPN, I think, since last year. She is married to, I think his name is Dion Bush, I think it is. And he is a safety with the Kansas City Chiefs. And I've listened to her. She seems to be a lot more fluid and knowledgeable in sports than Molly Qerim. She has a magnetic personality. I've seen her co-anchor shows in which Monica McNutt and others are there talking about the WNBA, and she seems to have a very varied, just for a little bit of research I've done, she seems to have a much varied knowledge of sports, which of course helps if you're going to be a moderator on a show like that. And I hope she gets the gig, man. I hope she does. One other thing that has been revealed today is that even if Molly Qerim had stayed with ESPN, it's been revealed that even if she had stayed with ESPN, she would have moved on from hosting with that program, ESPN First Take. She would not have been retained there, which is leading me increasingly more and more to believe that Marcellus Wiley may have a point when he said all was not well with the relationship between Stephen A. Smith and Molly Qerim. Okay? I'm not saying that definitively means that there was something all was not well between the relationship between these two, right? But when you look at the fact that it's revealed by the president of ESPN that Molly would have moved on from hosting ESPN First Take, even if she had stayed, even if she had negotiated an extension of her contract, she was going to leave that show anyway. And when you look at the fact that when she said goodbye, she did not say Stephen A. Smith's name directly as far as people who she wanted to acknowledge. That's strange considering that they had worked together for 10 years. That tells me, plus, when you look at the fact that Stephen A. Smith, even though he said it was nobody's business what's going on with Molly, even though you then proceed to give contact clues as to what the reason was, money, which kind of also, when you look at it, everybody knows Stephen Smith makes $20 million a year, plus with his other gigs, $40 million, right? So it's almost like he's kind of throwing a pot shot at her, like, you're not worth what I'm worth. If you really, I mean, if you kind of look at it like that, he kind of was sneak dissing Molly. I mean, people give him passes that like Stephen Smith for some reason, but any other person, you look at what he said, despite the preamble of bullshit uh, platitudes toward her, he sneak dissed her. She's not. You got to know your market worth. I have leverage. Everybody doesn't have leverage. Blah blah blah. Yeah, I think that there was something going on between those two, man. And now I'm starting to believe that that chick that everybody said was crazy, the ex Stephen A. Smith, that chick on Twitter, I think she was telling the truth. I think she was telling the absolute truth. That things weren't well between Stephen A. Smith and Molly Qerim. They kept it under wraps, but things weren't well between those two, man. And that's a shame. Like I said, I can't prove it, but now it looks like that was the case. But yeah, man, I hope this girl gets it right here. And that's pretty much all I got to say about it. Tell me what you guys think.